Hi everybody, how are you? So this is a very impromptu live, and I wanted to just kind of come and talk about why you don't have like a good consistent clientele, because I feel like a lot of people ask about that, or they're like concerned about it, and they feel like they're in a pickle and like they don't know how to like attract that consistent dream clientele that we all want, right? But number one, if you just started in the industry, I mean, it is going to take you a little bit of time. People don't necessarily want to go to a new lash artist. I mean, think about it. Like I always tell my students, if you don't want something done to yourself, why would you do it to somebody else, right? So put yourself in their position. Would you be willing to be lashed by a new lash artist and be at the expense of like getting your lashes messed up, because it is a possibility, or not messed up, but just, having that like concern, like, oh my gosh, what if she like fucks up my lashes? Because let's be honest, like I would be concerned. So you have to understand that it takes time to get a clientele that trusts you. That's number one. Now, number two is basically really understanding if you're doing a good job, because again, you know yourself better than anybody else, and your clients don't lie. So if a client is not coming back, what is that telling you, right? So either they're not happy with your work, your cleanliness, the location, there are so many things that you have to think about, and you have to put yourself in their position. Because, why would a client not come back? If they're extremely happy, they love their lashes lasted, and they like you, because also personality is a big thing, why would they not come back? So it is hard to hear these things, but it's reality. Like, if you yourself know like that your lashes, you don't trust yourself as a lash artist, and you don't feel like an authority figure when a client comes in, and you feel like you are pleasing the client because you want to do everything possible to please her, it's not your job to please her. It's your job to provide a good service. And if your lashes and your technique is not up to par, you feel you're not confident, and you want to do everything you can possibly do to make them like you. And that's when a lot of boundaries get crossed. That's when a lot of clients start being like demanding for things, or you want to do everything for them to stay. So that's the bottom line, right? And another thing also is that a lot of new lash artists don't want to do free work. And I know you're going to be like, bitch, like, I need to get paid. I need to come up with the money and replenish, the amount of money that I spent on the class, because, my boyfriend or my mom, whoever, we agreed that I was going to do it. Trust me, I was there too. I told my husband, back then he was my boyfriend, hey, I'm going to spend $1,500 on a classic, class that, by the way, sucked. It was a 2-day class, and it was not enough. And I was trying so desperately to charge people to come up with the money to like, pay back what I had spent, that I found myself having no clients, because I didn't have enough practice. I wasn't an authority figure in the industry to be charging what a full set of classics, costs. My gosh, my poor dog is like, give me some. No, baby, has chocolate, sorry. And until I had to look at myself in the mirror and be like, okay, nobody wants to pay you. Clearly it's because nobody likes your work. So what did I do? Well, I offered to go to people's houses in ghetto-ass places, and at night, because I was still working a full-time job, and I went to this girl's apartment. It was in the second story. Bitch, I had to carry my freaking lash bed upstairs. It was freaking July, hot as heck in California. It was in freaking Downey, I think. If you live in Downey, I love you, but a girl by herself, at night, like it was like 9 p.m. at night, coming to a stranger's apartment. I mean, what was I thinking? But I was so desperate to practice that I had to stop charging and do whatever it took for me to get people in front of me. Because if you're still practicing an adulthood, let me tell you, sweetheart, it's not the same. The adulthood doesn't talk. The adulthood doesn't sneeze. The adulthood is not, can you tell me what my friend's saying over text message? You know, you need to practice on people. Because adulthood doesn't twitch. You know, it doesn't need to go pee. So what are you going to do when you're actually running a business and you have all these things happen? You have no experience, not even just the lash extensions, like applying them, but also you don't have any authority because you haven't had to tell somebody like, no, bitch, lay down and like, either if you get up right now, I'm going to stop doing your lashes. So don't drink coffee before you come get your lashes on. Right? And it's not like we're scolding people, but you need to also practice not just the technique, but the way like that you connect and you talk to your client. You need to remember, clients are paying you, and yeah, who pays is king. But at the end of the day, you're the fucking queen of the castle. You have to be in control of your clients. And if you don't take clients, if you don't take models, and they're not paying you, how are you going to practice that too? No? People don't trust artists that are not in control. Clients want to be told what to do, what they need to do, and why they're paying you. They have no idea. And they haven't gone to school or to a training to learn lashes. So if a client comes at you and says, oh, I want these lashes and da-da-da-da-da, and she's starting to tell you what to do, and you say yes and you do that, girl, you have a bad situation there. You have to end it. Because they're not the professionals, you are. But how do you practice and how do you come up with that professionalism if you don't practice? So, bottom line, at the beginning of your career, and if you yourself know that if you wouldn't pay yourself to get your lashes done by you, baby, there's your answer. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's true. So, you have to be willing to almost not lose money, because it's not lost money, but it's like an investment. So you are not getting paid, but you are putting in your time, which time is money. And at the end of the day is your freedom. Because if you had all the money in the world and you didn't have to work, you're free, right? So time is money and money is freedom. So you're putting your freedom, your money, and your time into this stranger or your cousin or your mom for freaking free. And in return, you're going to have experience. So I don't know why all these people are on Instagram, because I go on other colleagues' lives, and they're like, the same question comes up. How do I know that, or how do I get more clients? Why are clients not staying? Well, or have you practiced enough? And if you have, if you tell me, well, Amalia, I've done like 100 clients or 100 models, and I've charged them only $10, $15, $25, and they're still not coming back, you also have to have a strategy, because you cannot be doing lashes for free for the rest of your life. Because also the people are going to be like, ooh, why is she so cheap? Like, maybe I should like move on. You know, you have to understand when it's time to start charging, you know. So you need to, like, at the end of the day, you need to work with a mentor, because also a lot of people end up just taking one class and then they expect to be like these proficient lash artists. It's just not true. Sometimes people even set up themselves for failure because they're so afraid to invest in the industry, because they're not sure if this is what they want, that they end up taking a training for $500, $1,000 for a day or 2 days. And they honestly don't even get enough practice or enough theory, enough one-on-one time with the mentor or with the teacher. And so they end up going into the lashing world knowing nothing or knowing not enough. And then they don't ever take another class again. Or when they do, they're still chipping out, you know, trying to like get a good course for like $600. I'm not saying that colleagues out there that are charging that are not worth it or is not a good class. I'm not saying that, because who am I to judge? But if you're expecting to make $1,000 a day, but you only want to invest $300, $500, $600 in a whole year, something's wrong right there. I don't know about you. But you need to be working with people that are offering quality education. And also you need to stop getting your panties in a bunch and accept constructive criticism from people that have been doing lashes or running a business for longer than you. Because sometimes, I see girls that, are in the industry for 3-4 years also, and they're taking class after class after class after class. And then they've come and find somebody that actually wants to help them, offers them advice, and they're like, thank you, but no thank you, I'm good. And they're still stagnant in their business. If you are at the same spot as you were 6 months ago when you started doing lashes, something needs to change because you're not moving. So either you're running a business, or you want to run a business and you want to learn, or you just have a very expensive hobby. So I don't want to go on and on and on. I just hope that these gave you a little bit of clarity. I'm not here to scold anybody, because I think that we're beings with a lot of self-awareness. And if you don't have self-awareness, then you're not gonna succeed in anything in life, not just lashes, but everything else. But I think that people that are in the lash industry have a lot of self-awareness. So you need to trust your gut. If you think that you need another mentor, you need to take another class, take it. If you are telling yourself, maybe I should lower my prices because I'm trying to charge this much and I'm not, people don't see that I, should be paid that much because my work is speaking for itself, then lower your prices. You have to be self-aware in this business, because nobody's gonna come grab your hand and be like, sweetheart, can I help you? Do you want me to do the lashes for you and just hand you the $200? No. So you have to have self-awareness. Be true to yourself. You need to work on a strategy and be willing to invest in your business. I was working full-time for a whole year before I went full-time on my lash business. And I was tired as hell. Every time I came home, scarfed down 1,000 calories in just one sitting, and then I went to Lash for free or for really cheap. I used to pay my models. I used to give them $15 gift cards to Starbucks or to Target, so they would freaking lay down for me willingly for an hour or two. You don't need to sit down and practice for a whole 4 hours. 2 hours, even practicing to apply the eye patches. A lot of you guys, dude, if I reviewed people's work from start to finish, you're going wrong on the application of the eye patches or the tape. You guys are not taking the time to practice taping. Did you think that practice means fanning? No, you have to practice taping. And that makes you or breaks you. Because I remember one time I did the taping on my client and I was like, oh, my lashing went so much easier because the lashes were laying flat instead of all crooked and, in the inner corners were if you take the time to practice every single part of the lashing process, trust me, your lashing is going to get so much better. But you have to be willing to do that. So, if you're having a hard time bringing clients or keeping clients in your shop, they are screaming literally at you that something's wrong. It's not you. Well, it is you, but it's not your aura and your energy, and you don't need all these crazy I don't know, holistic things to attract energy. Energy is a big thing and I believe in it. But at the end of the day, clients, if they're not staying with you, it's because something's going on that they don't like about your work, your environment, whatever it is. So do a self-evaluation and be honest with yourself. If you can't take, your own self-criticism, and somebody comes and offers you, like advice, you're never gonna wanna take it because you get your feelings hurt. So again, the market never lies. Your clients will never lie to you. If they leave, it's because of a reason. And if they are not like literally crying, borderline crying, telling you, oh my gosh, I'm so sad to go because I'm moving 3 hours away from you, and they're ghosting you, it's because they don't want to come and hurt your feelings. Or there will be some clients that will come back and, tell you like it is, and you're going to want to quit, because it also happens. But you have to grow a pair, and you have to be willing to take more trainings and to invest in your career. You don't have to be taking trainings every 6 months. But if you only took one training in your lifetime and you want to be making 6 figures, trust me, ain't going to happen, baby. It's not going to happen. So I hope that you guys have a good night. I'm going to save this promptu live, and if I hope it helps you in some sort of way, and just keep going. Don't let anybody like tell you otherwise. If this is what you want, you go for it and you get it done, because a lot of people out there like me want to help lash artists in many different ways: technique training, business training, advice, and a lot of you guys don't want it. So if you have it, or you find somebody, not me, but another coach or another mentor, and you see the value of working with them, and you're not willing to take the advice or spend the money or spend the time and actually, put it into practice, you're going to struggle for a long time. Trust me, I see colleagues that have been doing this for a long time, and their technique and their business is stagnant for a long time. And if you're happy there, God bless you, you go boo. But if you want to grow and you want to be home like me for a whole year, not having to work because I worked for my money and then I made my money work for me, you have to work with people that have the results that you want. Okay? So I hope you have a great night. I'll see you guys next time. Toodaloo. Bye.